have you ever purchased a luxury item and you've been maybe a little ambivalent about it? Like, I think I'm gonna like this, but I'm not sure, or I'm buying this to complete this part of my collection. But then you start using it and you end up loving it and being surprised at how much you love it, and it becomes one of your favorite pieces and you just were not expecting that. Well, today I'm going to show you my 7 most surprisingly beloved luxury pieces, and I'm really curious to hear if you have anything like this. So stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. We're gonna jump right into this with number 1, which is my Chanel flap card holder. I'll bring it closer. This is something that I had my eye on for quite a while before I ever picked it up, because they are just so expensive for a tiny little small good like this. I wasn't sure it would be worth it, but boy was it. I didn't have any Chanel bags at the time that I got this, and I thought this would be a great way to kind of dip my toes into Chanel, get a little piece, see what I thought of them. And it kind of looks like one of their flat bags. It looks like it's in a boy style, this particular one, in caviar leather, black with gold hardware. And it has a little snap closure. There is one little card slot right here, and then there's this big slot. And I thought, you know, for me, that green interior was perfect too. I've never seen another one like this. It has gusseted sides, and I thought, you know, that's something I can carry some cards in and have in my wallet and have a little piece of Chanel, and that's that. But boy, let me tell you, I thought I was going to like this piece, and again, I was very hesitant because of the price point, but oh my gosh, I love this so much. Once I got this, I never switched back into other wallets. This is all I used. It's so handy because of those gussets and because of the way it's constructed. It holds a lot of cards or cash or whatever you need to carry, receipts in there. You do have to fold the cash 3 or 4 times depending on the size of your bills, but it's just wonderful, and it's soft and it's great quality. It's held up really well. So this has been one of my best purchases and one of my most surprising, because I loved it even more than I thought I would. That was until I got number 2, which is the Zippy coin wallet from Louis Vuitton. I'll bring this closer too. This is in the blossoms print, so it's got the regular monogram, but then the blossoms there. And I had wanted a Zippy coin for several years, and I knew that I wanted this particular Zippy coin because I'd seen the blossom print in person when it was in stores. Stay focused, please. Thank you. And I waited and waited until it came on the market, because they do not come up very often pre-loved. And I waited for it to be a price I was willing to pay. What I love about this is it has the monogram, but then it's got a little something different. And it also has the black zipper and black leather interior. And since I got this wallet a couple years ago now, I have not switched out, unless I'm carrying a tiny bag and I need a card holder because this won't fit. But otherwise, this is the only wallet I have used. It holds so much. There are 2 card slots on this side and then 2 on this side. There's a slip card holder in the center, and then there are also 2 compartments where you can put more cards or receipts or cash or whatever. Actually, there's also another big pocket. So I think you saw the 2 card slots that were in there, but behind those, there's a big pocket that takes up the whole side on both sides. So it has fantastic organization. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about having to zip and unzip, because one of the great things about the Chanel one is it's so easy to just snap open and snap closed. This one with the zipper seemed a little more fussy, but it's so easy. You do it without thinking. It takes half a second. Again, it is held up so well. If you've been thinking about either of these kinds of wallets, I would highly recommend both of them. I would say the Zippy coin will hold a little more, maybe a lot more. And I would also say with either of them, what I wanted was this exact Zippy coin and that exact Chanel wallet. Don't settle for something that's not exactly what you want. Wait for it. and wait for the right price. I mean, be reasonable at the price. They're not going to be $100, right? But set a realistic price point for yourself and eventually it will come along. What I'm saying with that is don't settle for something else because you'll still want the one you want. Just wait for it. That's it. I love both of these so much. Number 3 is also from Louis Vuitton and it's the clay. This particular one is the Groom and I have a couple of clays. This is one that I, again, waited a few years to find. This has a yellow interior on it. There's also a blue one, and then there are other pieces in the collection. Like there's a red, I think there's an orange, maybe a green. Yeah, there's a green too. But any of the clays is what I'm talking about, not just the Groom one here. So the clay is an entry-level piece from Louis Vuitton. It's one of the most affordable pieces of coated canvas that you can get. And when I saw people talking about these on YouTube and I was considering getting my first clay, I was thinking, isn't that kind of a waste of money? And I think a lot of us actually feel that way when we're handbag people and we're considering small leather goods. They're so expensive. And you're thinking, I could put that money toward a handbag. Or you're thinking, that's not worth however much money it is. This, I don't even know how much these go for now, $250, $300. When I bought them, they were $200. And even then, it's like, seriously, $200? But let me tell you, for someone who appreciates Louis Vuitton, this is an amazing piece because it's versatile. It will fit a lot of cards, first of all, and you can fold cash in here and coins because it has the zipper. But also it has that clip that you can clip to, you can put keys on it, which is the original purpose, and then put the keys inside the clay. I've never used it for that. What I do use it for is clipping it to a bag. You could clip it to a D-ring inside a bag to make it easier to find the clay in your bag. Or my favorite use for this is if I'm at an airport, I usually take a Neverfull and I'll clip this to one of the Neverfull straps on the outside, and that way I have my ID handy because they ask to see your ID a few times when you're checking in. So that way it's super easy to find. Nobody behind me in line is waiting for me to find what I need. It's right there and it's secure. So I love the clay. I was not sure about it when I got the first one, but now I have like 5 because that's how much I love them and how useful they are. Number 4, also from Louis Vuitton, the Lunettes sunglasses holder. I have 3 of these. I'll just show you all 3. I have 2 in the MM size, and then I have 1 in the PM size. The PM, which is the last one I picked up, has actually turned out to be my favorite because what I carry are these readers and it fits them perfectly. A larger pair of sunglasses, you'd want the MM size. I thought it's a sunglasses holder. Sunglasses sometimes come with little cheap pouches. Why not just use that? Well, the reason is it's Louis Vuitton. It's just a little upgrade. And also these are padded inside, which is really nice. It helps protect your glasses better. And I really like the closure, this little snap here. Now I will say Louis Vuitton doesn't sell these anymore. You can only get them pre-loved. And one of the issues is that right here at the stress points where this piece bends constantly, they are known to have glazing issues where the glazing will peel. Fortunately, mine have not done that, but these are pieces that every once in a while will pop up on the pre-loved market, and lately I've been seeing really good prices on them when they pop up, so keep your eye out for them if that's something you're interested in, because they're fantastic glasses holders. And if you're somebody like me who has several Louis Vuitton small goods that you carry in your bags, you know, it matches. Number 5, I have 2 pieces that I grouped together, and that is the Louis Vuitton pochettes, the Accessoire and the mini pochette. I'm grouping them together because it's another example of small goods that are expensive that I thought, can't I just use something else? Like, I mean, there are plenty of pouches on the market that you can get for free or for $5 or $10 at different places, and these are several hundred, right? The mini pochette, when I first got mine, I have a couple of each of these now. When I first got my regular monogram, it was $315. The pochette accessoire was $500. I think they've since doubled in price, if not more than that. So I'm glad I got them when I did. And even then, that seemed outrageously expensive because it is. But I tell you what, I love these and I use them all the time. And the great thing about the Louis Vuitton pochettes is they're not just a flat pouch with no dimension. They are designed with some width to them to have dimension, and being that coated canvas, and particularly the Louis Vuitton coated canvas because they do it like no one else. They're very malleable, so they hold more than they look like they would hold. Also, the pochette accessoire in particular, and especially the newer version with the longer strap, or you could get a crossbody strap. They act as handbags. So even at the 1,000 plus price point where they are now, you're basically buying a small Louis Vuitton handbag, but it's so versatile because you can use it as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag or as a pouch inside of another bag. There's just so much you can do with these and so many different kinds of things you can carry in them, and the minis in particular come in lots of different prints. Like this is a limited edition one, and there are so many choices and they're wonderful. And I will say that with the Pette Accessoire, if you get an epi one, they're the same size, but they don't hold as much because the epi is so much more structured. So I really would recommend the canvas over the epi. These are fabulous. They're so useful. To me, they were worth the money, but I paid a lot less than you would be paying now. But on the pre-loved market, you can still find them at better than retail prices. Not cheap, but better than retail. Number 6, I bought this item on a whim. It's both a small good and a handbag, technically, and it was a very expensive purchase for something that I bought on a whim. It wasn't something that I had been pining over. It just popped up on the pre-loved market, and I thought, that's cool, I'm gonna get that. And it is the Fendi Micro or Nano I think, baguette in the black sequins. And I'll bring it closer because it's gorgeous and you want to see it. I mean, look at that. It's got the black sequins, it has beads around the edge, sequins all the way around. This little thing, it's a versatile bag so that you can clip onto a bag strap or a belt. More sequins, more sequins, more sequins. And then inside the little snap, you've got leather. There's a crossbody strap, and there's also this little clip where you can clip it to a bag or a D-ring or whatever. And it doesn't hold much at all. It just holds some cards. It'll hold a little chapstick. There's the really small thin kinds like a Burt's Bees. I don't think it'll hold a nicer one like a Chanel chapstick or lip balm. And this little purchase that was about $1,100 for this tiny thing that I got on a whim and didn't know that I'd like. And you know, I'm not a tiny bag person, so what was I thinking buying this? It's turned out to be one of my favorite things in my collection. I do actually wear it, and I thought this would be something I'd really regret buying and I'd probably send it back. No way. It was love at first sight, and I haven't regretted it for a second. And it's one of those pieces in my collection that reinforces to me what Dale says on her channel, Dale's Addiction, where she talks about buy things that you love, buy things that speak to you. They don't have to be practical. That's part of what luxury can be. Just because it's impractical and impractically expensive doesn't mean you won't love it, and doesn't mean you'll regret it. Doesn't mean it's not a good decision. So there you go. Buy what you love. And number 7 is a full-size handbag. This one is from Louis Vuitton, and it's one that I just was never interested in. It is the Louis Vuitton Speedy in the size 30, and of course mine is the Damier Ben, and this is the classic one, not the bandolier version. And I got it pre-loved. The Speedy, of course, is a classic Louis Vuitton handbag, but it was never really on my radar as something that I wanted. I was very indifferent about it. I even didn't want it. The only reason I bought this, if you can believe it, was so I could have a weatherproof bag, because it's the Damier Ben, it has a zipper to close, that would hold my Louis Vuitton agenda in the GM size, or my desk agenda, which is the same size. That is literally why I bought this bag. And I got it from Fashion File for about $700. I think it was $740. And I almost bought it reluctantly. I just, you know, I don't know if I'd thought about organizers, but I'd always seen the Speedies be so slouchy and I didn't like that look. I just didn't care about the Speedy, but then I got it and I fell in love so quickly. It's no wonder so many people have these bags. They are fantastic. They're great shape, they're really nice looking, again, classic, and they hold a ton. You can fit so much more in here. I now have the 25 centimeter as well in the bandolier style, and I have the 25 centimeter in the Damier Azur, and I used to have a 35 centimeter in the monogram. That's how much I love the Louis Vuitton Speedy. And I've definitely thought about adding others too, and I'm sure at some point I will. I'd like to get a leather one. I haven't decided exactly which one yet though. Fantastic bag. I was indifferent, and now it's one of the best bags that I have. Part of that is because it's so practical. And I just talked about the Fendi Nano baguette and sequins being so impractical. But you know, there's something to be said about classic practical bags too. So those are the 7 bags in my collection that I was kind of indifferent or unsure about at first, but now have become beloved pieces. And I would love to hear if you have anything like that in your collection. So please let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.